What is up, bro? Benders and Tab Baron alike? I am Sensei Finito, and welcome to Marvel Bros, where we discuss all things Marvel and everything pop culture. I was just running down my stairs. I hope everyone is having a fantastic Thursday today. I am super excited to get into our episode 3 Loki review. This is, of course, season 2, episode 3. I'm super pumped to be getting into this. This show has actually been such a wonderful vibe and time that we've been kind of going through and playing it. I'm not going to lie, playing it, watching it. I've loved every minute of it, and I think this show is going to truly, as all do, get better and better and better and better. So, of course, the episode comes out at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. EST, Western, Eastern. So, we are going to be talking about it, talking about how we felt last episode, talking about what we want to see in this episode, and just all around nerding out and kind of getting it ready to go. I hope everybody is excited to get into this episode of Loki, and let me know down below what your thoughts have been for this season of Loki so far as well. For me, it's really been really good across the board. I've had a really fun time. I can't even pretend like I haven't. I've had a really fun time with this season, and I think we're going to continue to do really amazing things. I'm really hoping to see Loki in this episode today. Loki, of course we're going to see Loki. I'm really hoping to see our boy Kang in this episode, or of course another Kang variant. I don't know when we will see the actual Kang the Conqueror, like when that's going to pop in or when that's going to come to play, but I know it will be soon, and I'm pretty sure that, it'll be in one of these movies that we probably have coming out. I don't think we'll actually see him in any of these other movies. We might not see the actual Kang until the real Kang movie comes out, because they're using all the Kangs to build up one Kang. And I know that's kind of going to be hard for a lot of people to understand or come to grips with, but I think it's going to be super, super satisfying once we get to the actual, good part of what, not the good part, but get to the actual meat of where Kang the Conqueror comes into play. Because I don't think we're anywhere near that yet, to be completely honest. Like, I don't think we've even touched the surface, let alone scratched it. And I think that it's going to be coming into play very soon. And I'm really hyped to see Kang the Conqueror in his full Kang glory and more projects, because I know he's going to be in a lot more projects, because they're doing a lot to try to set it up. They're trying to set some big things up. And in order to set those things, there's going to have to be a lot more involved, I guess, in the actual setting up of what he is, of who he is, because there's so many different variants. So it's going to be hard to be like, wait, you're telling us that these aren't the same person, but you want us to also treat them like they're the same person? And I do believe that the whole multiverse saga stuff that's going on is causing a lot of issues for the overall retention and reception of what's happening within the Marvel movies. And I feel like we just need like one of these movies to really, really set it all out and say things straight up and just let it be known what's going on, so people can make the difference, or make not the difference, but the understanding, like the reference. I don't know what word I'm looking for there, but differentiate. Yeah, there you go. Differentiate multiverses and timelines, and how we can have so many characters showing up from old movies and new movies, because again, we've been telling like most of the general population for the last existence of the MCU that the MCU is not part of any of the other things that are happening, right? We've literally said, no, don't, that's not in the same thing. They'll be like, I thought Tobey Maguire was the Spider-Man for the MCU, and it's like, no, it's been Tom Holland, and we've been doing all this due diligence as far as it goes with the MCU, and then now we have all of these characters that we have said don't exist in this universe now in the universe. So I think for Gen Pop, Jesus, I got like hair in my mouth. That was weird. I think for Gen Pop, they just need a better understanding of what's actually going on and what these different universes and timelines and all this means, because I think a lot is getting thrown at them at once. and it's a lot to get put on the viewers' back to kind of uphold and try to figure out all by themselves. So I'm really hoping that we do a better job within these shows, within these movies of lining up what's going on. And I know that Miss Marvel or the Marvels is like setting out right now to not be a banger of a movie in terms of like box office, but I think the movie's gonna still be really good, and I think we're gonna get a lot of world building out of that as well. So far, the only thing we're missing is the connection of the timeline and the multiverse in between, which I think they're kind of doing a good job of building up to that bridge between those two, or the gap between those. But it also feels like the bridge between the time and multiverse type of thing within these universes is Kang. And that's something that we were kind of talking about last week when it comes to Miss Minutes and the AI that Spider-Man 2099 also have. It's like there's a lot of similarities to what they have going on with the TVA and then the spiders. What the hell were they called? I can't think of what the Spider Society people was. The Spider Verse people were. They're like, across the Spider Verse. Spider people? Like, what were they called in that? What is it? Spider-Man 2099's team called? Okay, I guess it is. I guess we don't know. I guess there wasn't a name. Oh, there's the Spidey Society. Okay, so it was the Spider Society. Okay, that's what we're calling it. So the Spider Society and the TVA have a lot of similarities. The Spider Society is supposed to go through and make sure that these canon events are happening, and then the TVA is supposed to go through and make sure these events aren't happening. So now I think we're going to be bridging the gaps very soon between what these things mean, because you got Deadpool that's supposed to be coming into the fray, and he obviously at the end of his movie, he just went through and just started murdering and doing all this other crazy stuff. And I'm pretty sure that's going to go into him being picked up by the TVA, hopefully. So we got a lot of stuff to look forward to with them. But I want to know if you guys have any issues understanding the multiverse and the timeline stuff, and if there's anything that I can do to bridge those gaps for you as well, because I think that's what us as YouTubers and like the nerds online, that's what we're supposed to do, is kind of set it up and let it be known what's going on, and kind of be able to dive deeper, so we can give you guys that information for those people that aren't able to dive deeper. But if you haven't already, make sure you follow us on Marvel Bros to stay up to date with all things Marvel and everything pop culture. You can also follow me on social media to stay up to date with all the stuff that I be doing on there. And again, if y'all have any... Oh, wait. And I think this is safe to say that there is a spoiler... Whoa. There is a spoiler alert for today's episode, because we are talking about season 2 episode 3 right now. So if you haven't been watching Loki, I will say spoiler alert to the Loki season, because we are going to be talking freely about the things that have happened in the season so far. All right, let's jump into chat and see how everyone is feeling. Looking forward to this tonight. Yo, Marsu, I'm looking forward to it as well. And how are you doing on this fine day? Is that Jonathan Majors in the thumbnail? I'm literally face blind when men change facial hair. Yes, that is Jonathan Majors, and that's hilarious. Is it up? It wasn't last check seconds ago. No. It doesn't. It's not up until for another 30 minutes at the least for the next 30 minutes. It's not going to be up. Yes, what she said. 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Western. Thought so. Yep, super excited. These Disney Plus shows peak in the middle, I feel like. Not a great thing overall, but it bodes well for tonight. That's a very big fact, right? But, I mean, honestly, the messed up thing is it is kind of following the traditional, like, 3-act structure of, like, doop, 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 doop. You know what I mean? Like, it's doing that for sure, but it's not doing that in the best way possible. It's definitely not doing the things that it needs to do, and that's unfortunate. Unfortunate indeed. Let me see something real quick. Oh my god, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. How did they know? Oh, no, 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 no. Cancel that. Flash Show fans are well prepared for this, or should I say, Wells prepared? Yeah, that's very true. Hey, the Flash has done a fantastic job of bridging the gaps between the multiverse and letting it be known. But I think it's because they take the time to go just really in depth and be like, yo, this is what's going on here, and just let really talk about it to the fullest extent and go, I don't know what else to say other than they do what they need to do. Wait, that's kind of exactly what I wanted to do, but not what I wanted to do at the same time. What's happening? Okay, that's super weird. You think this? Wait, you think it's bad to bring back Evans and Downey Jr. as Captain America and Iron Man for Secret Wars or Multiverse War? I mean, they likely be from another Marvel world. Yeah, I think it's very possible that we get every character we've ever seen be a Marvel character before ever. In Secret Wars, like that's most likely what's gonna happen. Uh, yeah, that's most likely what's going to happen. I'm not going to lie to you. Just because I know about a lot of things that are going to be happening, and we have got some scoops on some other things as well. So to me, it's most likely that we get that's what we get. Is that's what happens for real, for real. Uh, like to be completely honest. So we're gonna see. It's possible that we see Chris Evans come back as Captain America and be the Human Torch in Secret Wars. You know what I mean? Like the Human Torch that he played from the Fantastic Four previously. Like we're gonna pretty much see a shitload of insaneness. And I don't know if we're gonna be ready for it. I saw a new Rockstar video theorizing the connection with the TVA and Spidey Society in Spider-Verse movies. Yeah, I mean, I have the same. I've had the same theory kind of since the movie came out. I think it's a good theory as well. I need to catch up on a lot of new Rockstar stuff because I have not. I don't know what the last. I think the last thing I watched was when we watched it together. So I don't know if there's time to watch a new Rockstar's video right now, but it might be. I'd be pretty spot on with the nerd wondering. As long as it serves a narrative purpose, if it's just a gimmick, I'm not interested. And it'll be a little bit of both when it comes to Secret Wars and Battle Worlds and the saga that, and all of that stuff. It's going to be a little bit of both. Every Disney Plus show except WandaVision has reminded me of the Snyder Cut, one big movie that was too big, so they cut it up into episodes. I understand that, but I kind of feel like when it comes to the Marvel stuff, like I was talking about this in Mike Beasley's Discord. Uh, they're they really need to. Oh my god, they really need to basically do a better job of naming what these titles are and letting us know what actually is going on. You know, just calling things a show is not helping them when it's not a show. It's literally not like in every way possible. It's not a show. So they need to really do a better job of letting people know what it is that they're in for. And I think they should just embrace the entire comic book vibe that they've been trying to do, and just call stuff a Marvel one-off, you know. Just be like, yo, this is a Marvel one-off, and this is about this character, building them up for the next thing that they're going to be in. And that's the best. That is literally the best way to do anything, is just be like, yo, this character is going to show up one time in this show, and then the next time you'll see them will be in the movies. But in order to know who they are, here is our Marvel one-off. And then it's like, boom. It's just that simple to me. I don't think it's that simple for them for some reason, but to me it's just, let's just do that, you know? Let's just do that, and not cause any other issues. But they do want to cause issues. They want to do the traditional thing, but they don't want to do the same thing, you know? So it's very interesting to see that. And you know, when it comes to, yeah, yeah. Y'all not ready for tonight's episode? I repeat, y'all not ready for tonight's episode? Bruh, Team Samurai always be coming through and dropping the little hints and being like, uh-oh, y'all don't know what's about to happen. I'm trying to, like, he'd be like, yo, I'm trying to tell you to prepare, but you can't prepare. I'm pretty sure you came through and knew about the Ahsoka show too, man. I'm definitely interested to know and how you know all of these things and all this stuff. Oh, snap goose. Where's it at? Transform. I could transform ya. I could transform ya. There we go. Team Samurai with the secret knowledge? Yeah, Team Samurai always comes through with the secret knowledge. It's kind of insane. It's kind of insane. I'm not going to lie to you. Oh, there we go. Oh my god. I keep doing really dumb things. I want Evans to come back as Captain America and Johnny Storm. See if characters react to them looking alike. Yeah, of course. That's what that's kind of the thing that I think, I'm pretty sure is gonna happen. Like, I can't see why they wouldn't do that. It's just such a smart idea to once again give it to all the nerds, and then for people who don't know about it, they'll just be like, "Oh, because multiverse." But for everyone else, it's like, "Oh, bro, that's because." Like, I think that'll be freaking awesome. There we go, Lord. And then let me see if I can. 'Cause, 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 'cause,
I don't think I can do what I was trying to do. It's okay. Why is it giving me? Oh, here we go. Wow. Um. Oh man, it just occurred to me. I hope Daredevil is still 19 episodes after the shakeup. Yeah, they're actually going to be doing the more traditional television show thing. That's kind of one of the reasons why they decided to do what they did, or at least why Kevin Feige decided to do what he did, is because they do want it to be more traditional in the when it comes to movies and shows and stuff like that. Sorry, it was Screen Crush video was called Kang was right, and Across the Spider Verse proves it. Oh, okay. That was supposed to be across, not. I got you. I got you. People see Evans and are like, OMG, Captain America, but ends up being Johnny Storm. That's what I want. I want it to open, like a portal to open or something, and then we see Chris Evans walk out, and then the crowd goes crazy because they think he's Captain America, back in action, and then he just goes, "Flame on!" And then he just whoosh, and then just, oh, bro, tell me that would be crazy hard, like literally we just see them fighting, and we haven't seen Captain America come on screen yet or whatever, and then we just see Chris Evans walk up, and then we're all like, oh yeah, it's about to go crazy, and then he says flame on, and then his whole shirt just burns off, and then you just see the four like pop out under it, and then you're like, holy shit, it's Johnny Storm. No, what you do is have Johnny Storm say, yo, Cap's ass is fire. No, that's definitely not the way to go. Hire me, Marvel. Please don't hire her. Sorry, there is a hard. Man, it's getting a little harder to understand you, Alt. I'm not going to lie. Yo, so what is everyone hoping to see in today's episode? I'm definitely hoping to see Kang the Conqueror. That would be really fire if we get to see that. Um, let's get a poll going. Do you think Miss Minutes is evil? Let me know. Do you guys think that Miss Minutes is evil, or is she just a product of, her creator type of vibe? I do think that Miss Minutes has a whole like vibe, like she's a whole person. Like especially if you remember when on that episode of Loki where he was like questioning her, and then he like started trying to attack her, and she was like running away, and then she jumped into the screen. It was like, so wait, are you tangible or are you not tangible, or what's going on here? Like, are you? And then she obviously knows about all the stuff that was going on. Like, you can't tell me that she didn't know that everyone there was variants. Like, Miss Minutes knew that, So I'm wondering if it's something like, is it something when we have like an AI type of vibe, like Jarvis, that's come to life like Vision, but just in a different way, you know? Almost Very Odd Parent type of vibe. it's definitely. I'm definitely interested in knowing what's going on. I need to know. I need to know. Avengers Flame On. Yeah, that would actually be pretty dope. I want Miss Minutes. She really pulled the show together. I did like that Miss Minutes was in there. I really appreciate how the TVA feels different now that He Who Remains and Miss Minutes aren't there. And Renslayer. Like, the lack of having them there is obviously having an effect on the TVA, and I'm really happy about that. I'm happy they kind of went with the more political type vibe of figuring out how the TVA is ran and the people in charge of the TVA and all these other things. Because, like I was even saying again in Mike Beasley's Discord when he had dropped a Fantastic Four scoop the other day about like the cast and the direction that we may be going with Secret Wars and Daredevil and all, and not Daredevil but Deadpool. I was just mentioning how I really thought after Loki season 1 that the TVA was over. Like, I did not think the TVA was coming back. I didn't think the TVA was going to be something that we were dealing with in season 2 also. I thought we were more going to just be dealing with the ramifications of not having the TVA. But no, we still have the TVA, and it's still very much working, and it's still very much in power, and they still have the ability to do these different things. And then to see a coup kind of occur to where they just go and take out as many realities as they can at one moment, just to try to subdue the things that are going on and buy some time, for the lack of better words, because I don't think them pruning those, it's going to continue to branch no matter what. So I'm really interested in knowing what's going on with the weave machine that Ouroboros has created, and kind of figure out why that is still in play if the multiverse is being created, because that's still weaving all the multiverses together. But I guess that could be creating a sacred multiverse instead of a sacred timeline if we're looking at it in that way. But I feel like that still has to be an issue somewhere, and I think that Sylvie might want to blow that shit up too, because Sylvie has definitely been tripping. And I love it. I love that Sylvie's been tripping, and I can't wait to see more from Sylvie. And I think I even saw some crazy theory that the guy that works at McDonald's may actually be Mobius young. And I'm like, like that doesn't work for me. I don't think that's it at all. But interesting theory for sure. And yeah, I think Miss Minutes does add a lot. Does add a lot. I sometimes wish can fix typos. Thought I typed hard, not hard. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I think Miss Minutes is a sufficiently sophisticated AI to be considered a person and be accountable for good and evil as a person would. I so agree with this. This is kind of yes, like this is so yes. Miss Minutes is definitely, she has the ability to know right from wrong. And I think that's all you need to be considered a consciousness of any kind. No, I guess not necessarily, because babies don't necessarily know right from wrong in their consciousness. But to be considered just like a person, or to be considered, even anything more, if it, well, I guess in the terms of AI, if it can understand right from wrong and make a decision based on those facts and opinions, it's like, whoa. This is definitely a consciousness now. It's not just a system. Like if a dog could just start talking and know right from wrong and just tell you this and tell you that and just start doing all this shit. It's like, okay, this dog now needs rights and all these other things. Like if your dog tomorrow just busts out as Brian Griffin, you feel me, with the same intelligence and all of that stuff, it's not like, oh, hey, like, what happens now if the dog wants to start fighting for his rights, and every dog just becomes hyper aware like that? Write the book, somebody. But I'm excited to see what we can get with Miss Minutes, because I want to know if she's more like Jarvis, because Jarvis knew right from wrong as well, especially when he was put into the Soul Stone. So is she like a Ultron type of thing, or a Jarvis type of thing, or just a completely different thing entirely that has her own form of being completely? Like, I'm really interested to know what's going on with that. That video thinks that hollow computer helper that Miguel Spider. Oh, okay. In that video, they said that the hollow computer helper that Spider-Man 2099 has, is a alternate version of Miss Minutes. I also think the same thing. Like, that's kind of what yes. Like, I think Kang has something to do with Spider-Man 2099 having all the stuff that he has and knowing what he has and all of these things, you know? Like, yeah, it makes sense. It seems too much to be a coincidence, but then again, it's not a coincidence, because I guess every genius at some point makes an AI to help them out. But for their AI specifically to have a tangible physical form that people can see, outside of just being the voice in the head, right? Like, that's what really differentiates them from Jarvis. Like, we could never see Jarvis ever. So it's like an actual it's just a manifestation of something for real. I don't know, it's just a lot going on there and I need more. I love hate me some politics. I feel that. Time Weaver, a spinning wheel of time, if you will. Yes, that's very yeah, you're pretty spot on with that. Dogs should have rights. I agree, Marisu. I agree. I think dogs should have animal rights. I think all animals should have animal rights, and humans should have human rights. And I think it's possible for, us to get to a point to where we gotta have AI rights or something like that, or robot rights, something. It makes sense to me. The TVA has Infinity Stones, so really any AI Kang creates should be beyond Vision or Ultron. Yeah, that's true. That's true, because they're basically outside of time and space. And again, Miss Minutes being able to be in reality with Loki, and then him talking to her, and then trying to hit her and catch her, and then her jumping into the screen, and then like, and then disappearing. Like, that's crazy right there. I'm not gonna lie, that is a crazy form of, like, just anything happening. Like, I don't even know what to say about that. That's past being a hologram. That's past being anything. There's no projection happening. It's just manifesting. So I don't know what to do about that. And of course, Miss Minutes knew all about what was going on for like in Loki season finale, when they were going into the place. She was like, "Oh snap, we shouldn't be here," or whatever she was doing. And then we literally never saw her again since that moment. So what I'm really hoping to see tonight is that our boy Victor Timely is the one that creates Miss Minutes. That's kind of the thing that I really am expecting to happen when it comes to when it comes to Kang the Conqueror, is that he is so powerful because he talks to himself in a literal sense. So it's like, He Who Remains may not have made Miss Minutes. Victor Timely made Miss Minutes. And then Kang the Conqueror that we met in Ant-Man Quantumania, he created the time chair. You know what I mean? And then another Kang created this. And all of them are sharing all of this information across each other. And that's what makes them so terrifying and scary, is that they are sharing this information at a high rate. And you see them all coming together in a freaking Coliseum at the end. It's like, yo, there's a lot of things that are going on right here, right now, right here. And we kind of need to be a little bit nervous. We need to be a little bit nervous about what's happening here. What about lefts? Otherwise, we be going in circles. More like squares, really. Yeah, yeah. Only if driving, even then we'd be going around the block. I'm just really interested in knowing what's gonna be going on, with these Kangs. So we need to have these Kangs coming together and talking and like we need to see that. We need to see them discussing things. We need to see conversations happening. We need these flashbacks to establish why they like that's one thing to me that was heavily missing from Ant-Man Quantumania, right? Thor Love and Thunder is a terrible movie, but at the beginning, they give us that backstory of Gore the God Butcher, and it doesn't do a lot, but it does enough. And I think that's what we needed for Kang. I think seeing the open to that, what would have been super better is if we saw it all from Kang's point of view and not from OG Wasp's point of view. Like that would have been incredible to see them trap him and talking to him and then dub that he must leave, and or just to hear the voices talking and not know that there's other Kangs that are doing it, and that and just hear him say it, and then at the end get that same post-credit scene. I think that would have done a lot more to help establish how truly terrifying that Kang is. And everybody's like, oh, he got beat by ants and Ant-Man, and it's like, nah, they didn't even beat him. He just got put into look at what happened to who? Look at what happened to I don't know, the main guy that died in the movie, aka MODOK. What happened to him in Ant-Man Quantumania? How did he get there? How did he get to Quantumania? Oh yeah, he went into the subatomic particles and then he ended up in the quantum realm. That's basically the same thing that happened to Kang. He got sucked into the quantum realm of a quantum realm. He's like in the quantum realm now. So I don't think bro's dead. I think he has a lot of capability of being able to come back really soon. So we got a lot on our hands. We got a lot to see. We got a lot to do. And I'm excited to see these Kangs discussing and doing things together, and definitely bridging those gaps of communication and giving us more of that background that we need for the overall MCU. I'm kind of imagining all the Kangs fusing or absorbing each other like Namekians do. Nah, that's insane. Please, no. I don't want to see that happen at all. What the heck, Marisu? You're wildin'. What the hell? 1 second, y'all. I think we got T minus 3 minutes. T minus 3 minutes. Oh my god. My bad. There we go. Wonder if they will connect Kang to Reed Richards, and if they do, how? I think they will connect him to Reed. Um, Even if you think about it, when Reed Richards appears in Multiverse of Madness, when we see Mr. Fantastic the first time, he comes out of the same blue teleport box that Kang comes out of at the end of Ant-Man Quantumania. Like all the other Kangs, they start appearing out of those same type of boxes that he appeared out of. So I super am here for that. Ooh, I wonder if He Who Remains specifically engineered the sacred timeline to include Reed Richards, and that's how. Oh, he has like Reed Richards is one of the things that lead. Oh my God, you're so right, Marisu. You're so right because Kang's name, Kang is a descendant of Reed Richards. Like, isn't he? Am I tripping? Wait, maybe I'm tripping. Wait. Yes, Kang is a descendant of Reed's brother. He's not a descendant of Reed Richards directly, but Reed's brother Arthur, it's his descendant. So they're from they're from the same family. They are related. But they're not related. Yeah. It says Kang is a descendant of the family Nathaniel Richards started after he migrated to Earth 6311. While Kang is related to Reed, he's a descendant of Reed's half-brother Arthur. I could definitely see them doing that in the MCU of having it be like Reed Richards is an obviously lead to Kang the Conqueror. So he who remains keeps Reed Richards out of all the timelines so it doesn't lead to him also being created. He's doing like the butterfly effect with these timelines. It's like, okay, we got to stop this from happening here because if it goes, then that. Da 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 da. I'm here for that. So he's not a direct descendant of Reed Richards, but he's a descendant from the line. Interesting. Yeah, we saw Reed in the MCU after the timeline was monkeyed with. Exactly. Only after the timeline was misconstrued from what obviously Loki and Sylvie did. The same way what Loki and Sylvie did affected the spell in Spider-Man No Way Home. It also affected what was going on in Quantumania, Multiverse of Madness. You know, all these things are affecting each other. So King Kang Kong. You gotta pay your dad taxes. You gotta pay your dad joke taxes for that one, for sure. Definitely gotta pay the dad joke taxes for that one. Or just Kang Kong, because he isn't a king. I just liked how that rhymed. I just want a Yes We Kang poster in the background somewhere. Kang in there? All with a little kitten Kang? Alright. Okay, that's what we're doing, y'all. That's what we're doing. Y'all are wildin'. I wonder if he got a little reverse flash time loop going on. Oh, I would like that actually. Oh, snap. Is the episode up? The episode is up. It's 56 minutes long. Let's go. And this episode is called 1893. So I think it's safe to say that our boy Kang is going to pull up in this episode, yo. I am so ready to get it in. I am ready to get it in, and I hope you guys are ready too. All right, this is your time to go to the bathroom. Grab your food. Grab your So get it cracking. Do all those things that you need to do, and if you ain't got a snack to crack open or munch on, then you go ahead and grab your popcorn.
Hi, my name is Dominique Pruitt, and I started Don's Bon Gourmet Popcorn LLC in the summer of 2021 to introduce delicious and unique flavored popcorn not found anywhere else in the world. Why, you ask? Because I make it in my home with love, just for you. We offer over 10 flavors and are continuously creating new flavors that can be customized to any color or taste for your next event, party, or fundraiser. So go find yourself to our website and find a bombastic flavor of popcorn at donsbombgourmetpopcorn.com, or you can also follow us on Instagram or Facebook at Don's Bomb Gourmet Popcorn.
Man, I'm telling you, these ads is too short, bro. I need at least a minute and a half. I gotta make some new ones. Gotta make some new ones. All right. I hope everybody is ready. I hope everybody is ready to get it going and get it cracking. I am super excited to get into episode 3 of, not Wheel of Time, of Loki. I am so ready to get it crickling, crackling, and backling. I'm really excited. I hope you guys are too. Unfortunately, we won't be able to show the show, but you already know we will have the subtitles up on the bottom of the screen for us to all watch and keep up with. On 3, we will press play and enjoy what is episode 3 of season 2 of Loki on Disney Plus. All right. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Jurassic Park. On 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm really excited. As long as we keep having 50-minute plus episodes, I'm going to be perfectly fine with whatever happens this season. It's time, ladies and gentlemen. Not Jonathan Majors with the smile, bruh. Yo, Miss Minutes! We're talking about Miss Minutes! Yo, wait. The music is old school. You know what that means. Oh my god. Oh, I did not expect this. This is everything I wanted. Oh. Yo, you see what I'm saying? She's like floating. She's floating, but she's also jumping onto other things. Like, bro, what? How? Oh! Yo! We are in the money now. Let's go. This episode is about to be amazing. As far as you know. Not right at the window. Okay, that was awesome. Oh! Oh! How do you accidentally turn off your TV, Marisu? What? If you're just now tuning in, we are currently 8 minutes and something seconds into the episode. He immediately had money. Interesting. What the hell was that transition? That Looney Tune ass transition. Oh. Damn. Bro, Loki's music is just so heartfelt, yo. Temporal marvels. That's me eating popcorn watching these watch parties. Oh my god. This is the 1800s. This episode is about to go up. Bruh got bruh stuck on stupid. Oh. Bro had the money right then and there. Bro played him. Is he who remains? Oh, oh my God. She is getting on. Is she about to be pissing me off? Sylvie is tripping, bro. Oh! Shut up, Sylvie! God, Edison was a dick, yeah. He really was. Bruh has using the word Marvel a lot. That cannot be a that's not a coincidence. I'm letting you know right now. Oh, oh snap. Oh my god. Oh snap. Magic! I'm so happy Miss Minutes is in this episode. You brought it the way the postman bring the mail. Look, Miss Minutes be tripping. Damn. Is this Kang, yo? I don't do partnerships, baby. this is Did he drop her ass off the boat? Dang, Miss Minutes is. This is Looney Tunes, 100%. They're really leaning into the time, like, period thing. Relax, Miss Minutes. Hey, yo. Miss Minutes is feeling frisky. Oh, damn. Ultron, told y'all. I told y'all she was Jarvis and Ultron. Y'all didn't want to believe me, but I told you. I told y'all we could. Man, look. I told y'all, bro. Yo, Miss Minutes was losing it. Holy hell. Oh, she's crazy as hell. Bruh, I am not happy with Sylvie, yo. She is turning into a full blown naive this season, bro. Chill out. Kill Renslayer. Sorry. You. Don't do it, Mobius. Don't do it. Walk your ass through the port. Thank you. Yo, no shot. I was not prepared for this. episode. This show is really damn good, yo. Like, what? I did not think we was about to see He Who Remains sitting there dead. I wonder if they're gonna revive bruh somehow. Are we gonna like rewind time on his body and bring him back to life or something weird? I don't know. I just think it's really interesting that we ended up at the end of time with his corpse like that. Damn, what an episode. Yo, like, Kang is about to be in this season then, like, I mean, Jonathan Majors is about to be in this season for a little while. At least for the next episode as well. We got the confirmation that Miss Minutes is indeed evil. She is kind of a Ultron Jarvis vibe going on. Yeah, she wants her. She want to be a real boy. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely interesting, yo. I am here for this. What a episode! What a great episode that was. Answering a lot of questions, I think, for us about who Victor Timely was, what role he was gonna play. Is Kang gonna be in this episode? What's going on with Miss Minutes? We kind of got all of those answers in this episode. Miss Minutes is in love with Kang. Like she wants to be his everything, but he clearly don't want her. Jonathan Majors doing a fantastic job yet again of just bringing it all to the table, yo. Like he just brings his A game to the table every single time with being all these different variants. None of them have felt the same to me. None of them. Not one Kang variant that we have seen is the same. It feels like, oh, that's just Jonathan Majors acting as Kang. Like, no. Like, every character feels noticeably different from the last that we see. I'm really excited about where we go from here. I don't know where we do go from here, but I'm just really excited about it no matter what. I really think having Ouroboros and Victor Timely meet is very dangerous. I don't know why, but that just makes me very interested to know what's going to happen from that point. I'm also very curious as to what Miss Minutes knows about Ravonna Renslayer because, she obviously knows something. She's been there forever. Like she said, before a multiversal war, before anything else, that was his Jarvis. Like, Miss Minutes was his Jarvis. There's nothing more to it, She was there to help. She was there to help him. She figured out all the things that he could do, all the things he couldn't do, so on and so forth. And she knows about everything as well. And it's pretty clear that she understands about incursions and so on and so forth and so on and so forth. She's probably the most, like, one of the smartest characters that we have right now in terms of the multiverse and all of that stuff. Like, she definitely has a quote unquote like timeless energy to her. And we heard the word eons said multiple times in this episode, really just showing that a lot of these characters, they have been around doing these things for a really, really, really long time. And we're not done. It's just going to keep getting crazier and crazier as we go along. We are really just scratching the surface of all the fantastic things that are going to be going on within this show, within this season, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to say. Episode 3, definitely, each episode is doing a really good job of being its own entity in a way, but definitely doing a really good job of building the wider story and bridging those gaps between, you know, what is really happening and what's going on with these characters. I love seeing Victor Timely. Victor Timely is really a dope character. Seeing him be so different than what I expected, and just everything about that is just really, it hit for me. It really hit. Everything about this episode definitely hit for me. I love it. I don't know what we were going to see with Victor Timely, but it's like I can see so much stuff going on. I feel like we have no idea who is going to be our King the Conqueror, and like, but we obviously see how smart these variants are and how much they bring to the table and how similar, you know, they all are, and how different they are as well. I mean, Victor took it upon himself immediately to cut the leash on both of them as fast as possible. You know? Like, as fast as possible. And then they both did everything they could to undermine the other to get Victor Timely to be, like, the new He Who Remains. And there's just a lot of stuff going on in this story. And I'm very much happy about it and intrigued by it, and I need to know more. You know, I need to know more. I think they've set some good crumbs to go from one episode to the next and answer a lot of questions that they bring up from one episode to the next. Like, Miss Minutes is a huge question that we've had going on, and immediately we get in there with her, and then we see Victor Timely, we see these variants. It feels natural still, you know. It doesn't feel like, I don't know what else to say other than it does feel natural. It feels really good, and I'm super excited to get farther into this story. And I know we're at this halfway point, and we really have a lot to transpire next. But it's exciting to be able to hear all of these terms and hear all these things be brought up so easily. I'm just really, really excited to get into there, yo. Whatever happens next, I'm here 100%. Let me know how you guys feel about this episode. Let me get a 1 in the chat if you liked it. Let me get a 2 in the chat if you didn't. Are you excited about where we're going? Did we get any of those questions answered for you? Do you still have any questions? Are you confused about anything? Let me know what's going on. Let me know what's going on. Because I want to know. Let's jump in the chat. I love this already. Yeah, really early on, it was also obvious to me that we were about to have a banger episode on our hands. Like, it was like, oh, yeah, we about to do some good things here. We about to do some good things. You know what I'm saying? I'm really excited. Like, this episode got me so excited for what we get next. Super excited. Long episode, only half over, not complaining. Yeah, that was insane. I really wasn't ready. I think she is evil, Miss Minutes, but we don't know. I mean, at the same time, I think she is evil, but I kind of don't know. I kind of don't know still. Like, I think it's all objective to where, do you think that Kang was evil, or do you know what I mean? Like, I think there's a lot to go on there. I am enchanted. Yeah, they did a really good job. That was a George Lucas wipe. 100% it was. That was mad cringe. I'm not going to lie to you. This is fake physics, but it's really good fake physics. Yeah, that's all I want. I mean, at some point we're going to have mumbo jumbo, right? That's usually what I call it is just, mumbo jumbo or world building mumbo jumbo or whatever. Because it honestly, of course, it's not like real, but we need that explanation of what's going on to know what's happening within this, within this universe of how do the fake physics works. Victor Timely has clearly lived in the Japan. I wonder what's that's about. Really? Did he live in Japan? What makes you say that? What makes you say he lived in Japan? This is Looney Tunes, 100%. Miss Minutes is sus. Yo, Samurai, you was right. We definitely wasn't ready for this episode, but it was amazing. Had another distraction, so I'm behind now. Oh, it's all good. Miss Minutes is off for clock facts. I killed you 1,000 times in my head, except that one time it was a day off for me. Come on now. Those cliffhangers are definitely insane. For them to end on the answer to a question is wild. So, I mean, I wonder if we're going to start with Ravonna Renslayer again in the next episode, her and Miss Minutes. I don't mind that. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't mind it. I really want more of Jonathan Majors and knowing what's going on with him. And I think we're at a really good point to get that flashback that I was talking about in one way or another. Give us the flashback of, just He Who Remains and Ravonna, or give us a full-blown flashback of, like, everything that's going on. Because I really do feel like Miss Minutes has been there every step of the way. For real, for real. John Majors is God tier. I could not agree more. His acting is so good that I just literally do not remember who is who and don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be like, oh man, wait, this is Victor Timely. Like, this is obviously a different character. Like, holy crap, this is obviously different. This is not Kang. This isn't Kang. This is Victor Timely. Like, yeah. This isn't Kang. This is He Who Remains. This is, yeah. Super excited. I am super excited about that. And I can't, like, we're going to get some really good stuff going on. I'm feeling very good. You know what I'm saying? Just finished. Round of applause. Yeah, definitely a round of applause for that episode. It was fantastic. I definitely agree with you there. So glad that this show feels like, a show. That feels great. Like, the show feels wonderful. I always appreciate when a man is smart enough to be suspicious of a pretty flirty person. Yeah, woman. One very subtle way of showing his next level intelligence. Exactly. Like he was trying to be extra flirty, and then at the same time, he was like, wait a minute. And he definitely wasn't rocking with the partnership thing. He definitely wasn't rocking with Miss Minutes being an AI that was madly in love with him. She wanted her own body so they could be together. I was like, yo, Miss Minutes is being mad spicy right now. What's happening? I really wasn't ready for it. But it makes sense. It makes sense. She loves him. They've been together for eons, for real, for real. Rocking and working. So I'm just I want to know what's going on with Miss Minutes. Where is she gonna go? Is she gonna get her own body? Like, is that something that's gonna happen, or is that just her having wishful thinking? Like, that's really where now I don't know what's gonna go on within this show. Like, I really don't know. I said he lived in Japan based on the stuff in his house. It had kanji written over lots of things. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Marisu always got those hyper detective goggles on. I appreciate that, though. Yeah, this episode was fantastic. Like, man, Loki is just, I think this season actually might be better than last season. I'm really interested in knowing what's going to happen in episode 4 next week. because that, I guess that's really the halfway point. Is next week we're gonna have that halfway point. So that's why I'm thinking we're gonna have a flashback of He Who Remains in Renslayer. And then I think we'll also get, you know, a flashback of maybe even getting Kang and seeing what's going on with him and what he's doing and how he's how he's affecting the timeline and shit like that. Yo, what's up with it, Vito? How you doing, man? I hope the stream is going good, brother. I know you miss me. I miss you too, Buttercup Chicken Cheeks. But you know, we just been we're at this point in the story now where anything can happen next. You know what I mean? Anything can happen next. We have a lot of ability to basically get some hype, get some real insane hype things going next, man. Like, it can be really insane for where we go from here. Just with Sylvie, with Loki, with He Who Remains, Victor Timely. I am really interested in what's going to happen with Victor Timely and Ouroboros. Like, when they meet, I think a lot's going to happen because he already wanted to talk to him. He already wanted to, you know, discuss some things with him. So we have a lot of ability to get, like, Victor Timely going a step further into being a quote-unquote bad variant. What I think would be really dope is seeing Victor Timely be kidnapped by other Kang variants. Like, I just feel like there's a radar that goes off for them when they realize that a Kang has reached their moment. And I also love this thought of there being Kangs literally across time and space, and them not all just being like from the future. You know, that is something that's really doing a lot for me, because it means that now we have when we go into the variant area of these Kang the Conquerors, of these Nathaniel, you know, all of these characters, we have a lot of potential to have them popping up in all these different multiverses. Like I was even saying before, he could even be working with Spider-Man 2099 from the Spider-Verse stuff, because there could be a whole bunch of different connections. Now, that's not to say that, you know, like Spider-Man 2099 is a Kang variant also, but it just makes sense to have some type of, you know, crossover there of Kang putting these things together in the background or connecting these different pieces that we really just don't know about yet, you know? I wonder what Miss Minute's secret is. I think Miss Minute's secret about Ravonna Renslayer is that Ravonna has been, like, I don't know, maybe she's been there for the beginning. Maybe the stuff was all her idea and Kang stole it from her. I think that would be a really cool thing to see, you know? Like, that would be dope to see. I heard speculation on where this leads to and how it connects to the Avengers, including a hero I never knew about. Well, let us know what's going on. This is where the time loop comes into play. Ouroboros is the link between Victor's past and future self. That's what I feel too, because it was the same way with Loki. I mean, look at when Loki was going back in the past and he was talking to Mobius in the future. Right? Ouroboros was like seamlessly talking to both of them and remembering the things that he was talking about from Loki and then telling them to him, right? So having those things occur, having those things go on, man, it just means a lot. It means a lot, yo. We got a lot of shit being set up in the background in order for when we get to this next point of storytelling with more Kangs, with more anything. It's like, oh yeah, Ouroboros, it helps because he knows this and he knows that and he knows this. I feel it, man. I feel it in my toes that we're about to get some crazy stuff going on the next episode. I can't believe we're halfway through this season. We will be halfway through the season next week. I misspoke earlier because this season has 8 episodes, so we're only 3 episodes in. So next week is our official halfway point for this show. And I'm hyped for that. Like the halfway point is amazing. And then where we get to in the next, in episode 5, that's definitely going to be crazy. I know it is. It appears like getting look up and well, it appears like getting the look up and running is the season long arc. Oh, the loom. Yeah, getting the loom up and running is the season long arc instead of the season setup. Yeah, I feel like it's very possible that in the next episode, though, we get the loom up and running, possibly. Or we get the loom breaking, like one or the other. But the thing is, in episode 1 of Loki, it's obviously a flashback. Not a flashback, excuse me. He obviously goes in the future, and then he sees Sylvie, and Sylvie gives him the thing, and then I'm pretty sure that's Loki himself that prunes himself. And in that version of the TVA that we see from the future, it's obvious that they did not fix the loom, and things are even worse. The place looks abandoned. There's no one there. So that's definitely something that we got to look into and see what the hell is going on. Because what I think the loom breaking may go into even more of the multiverse shit that we're going to be getting into in the future. So, yeah, I think so. Spider-Man 2099 could have been on his path of timeline order by a Kang. That's very true. Yeah, that makes sense. Speculation that Loki series leads to the Avenger Prime. The castle at the end of time is similar to the castle at the end of the Infinity War. Avenger Prime resides. Then is just speculation. Oh, okay, I can see that happening though. I can't believe I've never really looked into Spider-Man 2099 before recently. I remember there was a cartoon when I was in school, but that was around the time I got super busy. Yeah, Spider-Man 2099 is kind of like Batman Forever? Batman. What the hell is that? Beyond. Batman Beyond, right? I don't know why I'm having issues. I think it's Batman Beyond. Batman. Yeah, Batman Beyond. Those are kind of similar in a way. Avenger Prime, I believe, fought a multiversal war with his own multiversal Avengers. Yeah, I'm super. I'd be down to see something like that happen. But you know, I think Secret Wars and the Battle World saga is gonna have a lot of shit popping off. I have a lot of Spider-Man 2099 comics. Ooh, that's actually pretty dope. Because from talking, you know, in the Discord and stuff with Mike Beasy, it makes sense because basically what's happening is we have let me see, where was it? I can't find it. He was just talking about it, but I'm pretty sure it goes Secret Wars leads to No, I'm not even gonna try it because I can't remember. Damn. Hmm. Yeah, I'm just pretty sure it's Secret Wars and then reboot and then all these other things and all these other things. So I'm really pumped to see what's gonna happen next, yo. Like said, speculation, but it is an interesting theory. Never heard or knew of Avenger Prime. Yeah. I feel you. Avenger Prime is. I don't think Avenger Prime is super popular, but you know, Avenger Prime is there. And we already have seen a shit ton of variants, so why not another one? This show is literally built off of Loki variants. So, do you remember the Robert Jordan interview where he said linear time was a gift? I wonder if that's where we're going. Ouroboros thinks we need the loom, but really we need to break it. That's a very interesting thing because everyone seems to think we need the loom except Sylvie, and Sylvie was kind of right in the last season, so maybe she's also right in this season, and that would be a good way to show like us being trapped as well, because even we're like, no, we need to fix the loom, but really we need to break it. But I don't know what breaking it necessarily does other than cause the multiversal war, but I guess we need to go there somehow, some way. So I was 100% certain that Sylvie was about to murder Victor Timely. Like, there was no question in my mind that that was going to happen. Yeah, I think Ouroboros, knowing about Ouroboros, knowing what he all has to, what circulates around just the deeper meaning of Ouroboros, I can definitely see them, doing more to just make that not just a name. I think we talked about that last week, is have his name be more than just a name and have it actually link in with something, about Ouroboros. So, I'm here. I'm here for it, yo. I'm excited to see where we go from here. For real, for real. I'm sorry for connecting everything back to Wheel of Time. It's in my DNA. No, you're right. I agree. You're right, though. Everything does connect back to Wheel of Time. I do that shit all the time. War is bad, surely, but being doomed to the tyranny of Kang is also bad. The right thing, the Captain America thing, is to confront it. That's very true. That is very true. And I'm really interested in that. I want that to happen. I need to see some Avengers knowing who Kang is. Like, I think not having Kang have anything to do with Multiverse of Madness was kind of not a good thing. You know what I mean? Like, I think they could have did something better with that, or introduced him in there somewhere. Imagine if that extra seat was his. Now that would be crazy. That would actually be insane. That would be amazing. You know what a Mobius strip is, right? That also is more than just a name. That's true. That's true. There's a lot of hidden meanings and hidden names here. There's a lot of hidden meanings and hidden names here. Oh. And that's kind of like what they're already doing, right? The Mobius strip is basically what they're doing now. Yes, I know what a Morbius strip is. Yeah, a Mobius. Yeah. That's. Yeah, I got you. And they're definitely attaching one end to the other end, and that's kind of the same thing as Ouroboros. Like their names kind of are the same thing. Isn't that a little interesting? Like Mobius and Ouroboros are kind of the same name, but in a different way completely. That has to mean something. I wonder if they're connected and mean something in it as well. Because, I mean, we got to remember that from the jump, it was like Mobius has always been really important to what's going on. He's always been since the first time we saw him. Like, Mobius has been important. It was even when he had his drink rings on Ravona's Slayer on Ravona's coffee table. That was kind of a bottle episode, but it was good. What does that mean? What's a bottle episode? Their names mean literally like the same thing. They gotta be important. Thing is, there could be Kangs out there that don't look like majors. I mean, Sylvia's a Loki variant, so Kang variants could look different too. That is very true. Kang variants can look different. I mean, in most of the things, when we see there be a lot of Kangs, they do look different. It's interesting that they're going with all of the Kangs looking like Jonathan Majors, though. But that might be like trying to make him a Nexus being type thing. But there were Lokis that look like Loki as well. But I mean, when we saw the end, maybe Ravonna is a Loki. Maybe Ravonna is a Kang. What if that's like the big secret that Miss Minutes has? Is that Ravonna Renslayer is a Kang variant also? Because, I mean, variants of other people can look like other people, you know? Bottle episodes take place in a single location, at least I think. Okay. I mean, was it a bottle episode, though? Because it didn't really... I mean... What I assume that would mean is, like, The Office. Like, The Office. It all takes place in The Office. So it's like a bottle episode, right? But, like, I think this is like it just takes place in the city. You know, every place was a different. Like, we went to his house. We went to the Ferris wheel. We went to the other thing. We went here. We went there. But I guess that is all technically one location, with the location being Chicago. But they also went to Wisconsin. So, I mean, I don't know. The cool thing about Mobius strips is that they only have one side. Maybe that's a reference to why he's so loyal. Ooh. I like that, actually. That makes a lot of sense. Excuse me. And you know, Marvel loves their quadruple meanings with stuff, yo. So I have no doubt that that is what's going on here. Or what's going on there, I should say. No, my theory to why Loki variants look different is because Loki in particular has shape-shifting powers and can pretty much determine how he looks. That's very true. That's very true. But I think it leaves the room for a lot of different variants to exist. You know what I mean? Like, a lot. Have we seen anyone else with variants that look different? Spider-Man, Marisu. Come on now. You knew the answer to that question. Your nerd brain got you all caught up. Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, and other homeboy.
And I think they said that the variants can look different, right? I'm pretty sure they said that in season 1
When they had Miss Minutes, explaining everything. I'm pretty sure they showed like different variants of one person and showed like that he can look super different and all this other stuff. Because we only saw, and because in Doctor Strange we only saw 3 variants, right? Yeah. And the cartoon, no, on Spider-Man No Way Home, y'all. Spider-Man No Way Home. Spider-Man No Way Home. There was 3 Spider-Men. Those are variants, y'all. Come on. What's happening? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing here, Super Fam? But you mentioned last week that the Spideyverse is larger than the MCU multiverse. Spidey variants might not count. That is true, but I think they do count. I think they do count. And I think maybe connecting to more multiverses, like what seems, like the incursions are more multiverses crashing into each other. So I think we're going to have a multiversal incursion where there are multiverses crashing into other multiverses rather than just the verses within the multiverses crashing into each other. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's kind of what I feel is going on there. But I do think that we can see some different Kang variants because look, I mean, Doctor Strange, right? In Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, we saw a handful of variants, but all of those variants did look the same. Loki, we obviously see there was a black Loki and an alligator Loki and a kid Loki. So yes, while in theory Loki could turn himself into a big black man and a small child and a woman, and I think he has actually done all of those things in the comics before. That does give reason to the theory that you're saying about that. But I really do think that in the TVA thing we saw
Welcome to the Time Variance Authority. I'm Miss Minutes, and it's my job to catch you up before you stand trial for your crimes. So let's not waste another minute. Settle in, sharpen your pencils, and check this out. Long ago, there was a vast multiversal war. Countless unique timelines battled each other for supremacy, nearly resulting in the total destruction of, well, everything. But then the all-knowing timekeepers emerged, bringing peace by reorganizing the multiverse into a single timeline, the sacred timeline. Now, the timekeepers protect and preserve the proper flow of time for everyone and everything. But sometimes people like you Maybe you started an uprising, or were just late for work. Whatever it was, stepping off your path created a nexus event, which left unchecked could branch off into madness, leading to another multiversal war. But don't worry, to make sure that doesn't happen, the Timekeepers created the TVA and all its incredible workers. The TVA has stepped in to fix your mistake and set time back on its predetermined path. Now that your actions have left you without a place on the timeline, you must stand trial for your offenses. So sit tight and we'll get you in front of a judge in no time. Just make sure you have your ticket and you'll be seen by the next available attendant. For all time. Always.
All right, that didn't really do anything for us. Okay, I remember them saying something about it. They didn't really say it there.
With Fargo, the new virtual assistant from Wells Fargo. You can pick up.
Yeah, that didn't show what I was looking for, because what I was looking for was like, I thought they showed him being like seriously different. Like seriously different. This isn't a big difference, really. You know, like going from this to that. Okay, yeah, his head is his cup. His head is a mug, but like he has the same nose and the same hair. You know, like these are obviously all the same person. Like obviously all the same person, by the way. You know, like in Rick and Morty. You know, like in Rick and Morty when. Like if you've seen Rick and Morty, when they go to the Citadel of Ricks, there's like Cronenberg Rick and Morty, or there's freaking Toast Rick and Morty, or whatever. But they're all Rick and Morty, and they look like Rick and they look like Morty. It's not like someone looks completely different, as much as, you know, being like a completely different. I think there was a black Rick and Morty at one point, but they still looked like they had the same features as Rick and Morty. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like one was just bluff and looked nothing like Rick. Like, they all look like Rick. You don't have someone come in that's a Morty that looks like Rick. You know? Like, they're all Rick and Morty, basically. Like, yes, he has a cup, like, but you know what I mean? Like, all of the hair is, like, noticeably the same. The nose is always pointed and hair. No, pointed hair. Pointed hair. Pointed hair. Pointed hair. So I'm actually really interested in knowing why Loki's variants look so different. Interesting. No. The Miss Minutes cartoon explains variants. Not really. This is the nerdiest of nerdy conversations. Facts. Well, clearly they showed the guy looked different when talking about variants. Yeah, but they were all the variants of like one specific guy. Like how Doctor Strange's variant had a ponytail at the beginning of the movie. You know, like that. Like that doesn't make him different. You know what I mean? That doesn't make him a different person. Those variants didn't convince me. He was buff, he was skinny, he had different hair, but he was never black, a woman, and a hippopotamus. Not convinced. I'm on your side, Marcy. I'm not convinced either. His head was a mug. His head was a mug, but it was the same nose and hair on said mug. You know, like if we saw an alligator in that picture, he would have had the same nose and hair, which is kind of how we've seen the variants up until now, other than Loki. Now that's weird. Yeah. There could be a Tupperware verse according to Multiverse of Madness. Exactly. And that's kind of my thing too, is look at that. When they went to the animated universe, they turned animated. They weren't, wait, did they turn animated or did they stay human? I think they actually stayed human. They stayed human, but in the animated universe. So that means there's animated universes out there where there's animated characters, but if an animated character was to come to our universe, they would still be animated. But animated Doctor Strange in that animated universe still looks like the Doctor Strange that we saw. I think the variant, I don't know. I'm more convinced than ever of my shapeshifter theory. Yeah, your shapeshifter theory might be the strat, but the whole Spider-Man, because the Spider-Man thing is already sanctioned to the Spider-Verse, so that's obviously different. Yeah, because because in Multiverse of Madness, we didn't see any variant characters. We saw variant heroes. Like, all Captain Americas. You know what I mean? Like, every if we had a multiverse of all the Captain Americas, those obviously wouldn't all be Steve Rogers. Which I guess is what's happening with the Spider-Verse. Because those aren't multiverse characters of Peter Parker. Those aren't multiverse variants of Peter Parker. Those are multiverse variants of Spider-Man. That is a huge difference, actually. That is actually a really big difference, because not every Peter Parker was a Spider-Man. Gwen Stacy's Peter Parker died, and that's what caused her to become Spider-Gwen. So not everything is the same for every Peter Parker, but every Loki is Loki, you know? So it's like, is it a variant of Doctor Strange, or is it a variant of Stephen Strange? Is it a variant of... Because even in What If, all those characters were still the same characters. Obviously different voice actors, but Doctor Strange was obviously Doctor Strange. Peggy Carter was obviously Peggy Carter, and so on and so forth. And that's what made the Multiverse Avengers so important. Is because they were the multiversal versions of everything. Multiverse Thor, multiverse this, multiverse that. But all variants of the same characters from the MCU. Think of it this way. Gives a reason for characters to be played by other actors. Say one left or passed away. Yeah, but that's kind of an out of universe explanation, and I'm not worried about out of universe explanations. The nerd brain is in the universe explanations only. No, they turned animated. I'm pretty sure. Did they turn animated? Holy shit! Because I mean, look at that. Because we had the Prowler in Spider-Man, and he was still a human. He wasn't animated. So there's obviously a difference. And I mean, we had a freaking Lego Spider-Man. Oh, this goes so hard, bro. I don't care what anyone says. Nope, yep, you're right. They turned straight animated. And I'm pretty sure that is part of her ability, maybe. I might be wrong about that, but I feel like that's part of her ability. It has to do with the physics of the multiverse that they are in. I think that's due to her abilities only, though, because, I mean, again, in Spider Man, they have a human Prowler locked up. The MCU Spider Man met with the two other Spider Men? Yeah, facts. But we already kind of talked about that Spider Man is different, but that wouldn't also branch off into like the human stuff and things like that. But who knows? It's funny that in the MCU the person is the same, but the story is different. But in her Spideyverse, the people are different, but the story is the same. Ooh, yes, 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 yes. That's very true. It's like parallel universes and perpendicular universes. Exactly. There is Lego, everyone. Yeah, there is Lego. There is definitely a Lego universe, but that doesn't mean anything, really. There was a spaghetti universe, and they turned spaghetti. Yeah, they turned to everything that they went through, but I do think that's the cause of her portal and not the cause of the actual multiverse. But we won't know that until we get a live-action animation crossover for real like that. We have a character do it. But I mean, again, we did have Prowler being a human in the Spider-Verse movie. You know what I mean? But it is very interesting to get an answer as to why that difference is, and maybe the incursions is those universes, you know, those parallel and perpendicular universes colliding and causing all this crazy crossover to where the first time we do see, well, not the first time, but you know, seeing, because that's really a big thing, is Captain America being Steve Rogers, but Johnny Storm also being, you know, bruh, but those characters looking the same. That's the bridge that we need. We need to know, we need that explained. Like, what does that mean? You know what I mean? Like, that's the question right there. That's the biggest question, for real, for real. Yeah. Yeah, we need to know what's going on with that for sure. Because Wanda's variant was her, you know, Scarlet Witch variant is Scarlet Witch, but that can be sanctioned to her being a Nexus being that we talked about from WandaVision. Monica Rambeau was still her, though. You know, Peggy Carter was still Peggy Carter. Mordo was Mordo. Even Doctor Strange's quote unquote lady was still the same. Like, they were all the same. And don't you think it's interesting that America Chavez has been going on, like, America Chavez has went to so many different universes, but none of those universes had a Spider-Man except ours. Like, each multiverse is connected to a specific Spider-Man, and having those Spider-Mans cross over is the multiverse crossing over as well. I don't know. I don't know. This was such a good episode. Just look how it got us talking. No, this episode was definitely fire, Marisu. Like, you're 100% right about that. This episode was a banger. Definite banger. Well, I think it was just cheaper to use the same actor than hire new ones. I mean, those actors had contracts perhaps for X number of film appearances. No, 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 no. That's not. That's definitely. That's not it at all, because they were going to have a whole bunch more variants, but they chose to save it for Secret Wars. Multiverse of Madness was supposed to be way bigger than it was, but they chose to change a lot of it so they could save a lot of those bigger things for Secret Wars, like specifically. So like there's a lot, there's like, we need it explained narratively. Really, that's really the thing. It needs to be explained narratively 100% because it has not been narratively told to us as as to why, like as to why that's happening, you know. Like, yeah, like for real, we were supposed to have a lot of stuff going on in Multiverse of Madness, but they chose to like not go with it for the sake of how big Secret Wars and Battle World and all that stuff is going to be. When are we going to get the Kevin Feige behind the scenes journal that develops all this metaphysics? That's really what I need, you know? Like, I'm kind of surprised we haven't got that, nothing like that yet. It's kind of insane. There's always an in-universe explanation. Yeah, 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 but we don't care about those. Yeah, we need to know. We need to go. What's going on here? Didn't they have plans for Tom Cruise for an Iron Man variant? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like we were supposed to have a whole bunch of crazy things going on in that. So they didn't do that yet because of them not giving a, maybe because of these metaphysics not being all the way like planned out just yet. You know what I mean? Like, so maybe that's why that's going on. Forgot why they scrapped it. They just scrapped it because they wanted to save it for. Come on, are y'all even listening to your boy? Are y'all listening to me? They scrapped it because of that. Because of that. You know what I mean? They scrapped it because Secret Wars is about to be crazy, and they want to have all these different variants. They're gonna have all the Spider-Mans, all this, all of the thingamajiggers. You know what I mean? Like all of the above. Oof, I meant there's always an out of universe explanation. The in universe explanations are the ones we care about. Yeah, yeah, I got you. I knew what you meant. You didn't confuse me. Because yeah, because of course there's always going to be an actor that can't be here, or this can't happen, or that can't happen. That's always a thing. So that doesn't matter to the actual canon of the story. You know what I mean? The canon of the story changes because actors can't be there. It's like, oh, we can't do this yet, so we got to change the entire story narratively, you know? So I'm really excited to see where we're going to go. And I want to know what's going on with why we get all of the same. Like, there has to be a narrative explanation to it. Spider-Man is Spider-Man, so that's obviously the narrative explanation behind that. I mean, even look at when Spot came into the Venom universe. He still looked animated as well. It's not like he was like a human or like CGI'd to be more human. No, it was still animated, clearly. And it's like, why did that happen there? But when Doctor Strange goes through his multiverse, he turns into a, animated character. Like, there's just a lot of explanations that we need. And I don't know if we're going to get an answer to every single thing that we're talking about, but I do know that we need answers to about half of the things that we've discussed here. Just about half. All good. Don't worry about the double post. It'd be like that sometimes. I'm not worried about it. Yeah, man. I think we got a good. I think we got a good stance at where we're at within the universe. I think we can get. I really do think we can actually answer some of these questions we're asking right now in the show of Loki. Like in the show. Our chat is behind. LOL. Oh, it gotta be behind. It gotta be behind. I was like, yo, y'all answering questions. I'm answering. Y'all asking questions. I'm answering. Y'all listening? Come on now. I swear I'm listening to you. I have a goldfish memory. Come on, Marisu. I'm not forgetting about Moon Knight either. Speaking of things I need answers to. Oh, Moon Knight and Thor Love and Thunder raised so many questions about gods and stuff and did not answer him at all. They have to start having these creative teams talking to each other in the writing process when they're doing stuff like gods at the same time, or when they're doing things like multiverse and timeline stuff at the same time. We need to have cohesion. I don't understand. I was just thinking a variant could look different depending on what happens when they were born. Yeah. Yeah, but it's just, I don't know. I mean, like, that's what makes it iffy to me, right? Is because, like, take Peter Parker, okay? Say Peter Parker is born, but he, like, as a baby, he's raised by just his, not just Aunt May, that's how life is anyway, but as a baby he's raised by freaking Black Panther's parents. That's kind of what if is. What if is all of the variant stuff. Like, that's that. But I mean, look at Black Panther. He was still him, but he just got picked up instead of Star-Lord. So he still is T'Challa. He's still T'Challa, but now he's Star-Lord. You know what I mean? And then we got Peter Quill. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then we have Peter Quill still being Peter Quill, and he's not Star-Lord because he didn't get picked up. But since T'Challa did, he's Star-Lord. Like, that's all of that type of stuff is super different. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Man, yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting. By the way, I remember you mentioning reading up on Greek mythology. I still want to know what you meant by that. Yo, so there's this, let me show you actually. You'll probably love to listen to this, and we can actually maybe do it for an episode of Marvel Bros one day. Just kind of like chill and vibe out. But this right here. Oh, wait, I got the filter on it because I didn't want Marvel hitting me with no stupid shit. Yeah. This right here. I watched this video. The entire story of Greek mythology explained. It's 3 hours and 29 minutes. And literally, it goes through every part of the story. Oh, wait, I'm in the way of it. See, it literally goes through every part of the story. Out of chaos, Prometheus, Pandora's box, the Great Flood, the gods, Zeus, Europa, Hera, Io, Leto, Neo, Apollo, the Oracle, Delphi, Daphne, like literally going through the entire story of everything. Letting us know, telling me about the constellations and all of that stuff. Yo, Oedipus's story was definitely the craziest story that was a part of there. I loved Medusa's story. I didn't even know about Medusa's story like that until like this. And then the Heracles is probably one of my favorite ones, though, just because of how much he had to go through, and I didn't even know how much he went through and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? And then it gave us his 12 labors. You know what I mean? They gave us his 12 labors as well. Like, literally, this was a fantastic listen. Like, I really loved this so much. Like, definitely loved it. I definitely encourage you guys to go check this out. And again, I might even watch it for Marvel Bros. Because I know people love Greek mythology. And I really want to do longer streams like that too, or longer streams and shows to where we're here like listening to the entirety of something. Like I said, I want to do a full marathon to Unraveling the Patterns 8 episodes when he's finished with it. Like do a full listen marathon to the whole thing to where we just talk about each one, go in and nerd out about it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. There you go. There's the link in the chat, Marisu, and if you want it as well, Alt. What was your favorite story, etc.? Yeah, I think that Heracles is my favorite story, along with is it the Odyssey? I think it's the Odyssey. Oh no, I think it's the Argonauts. That's what I loved. The Argonauts. That was my favorite story for real. I loved everything about the Argonauts. Biology speaking, before they are formed, I like which egg fertilized which sperm. Love Greek myths. I would love to watch that. Oh yeah. The link should be there for you now. Oh man, that looks like my next go to sleep podcast. Literally amazing. Literally amazing. And I love this channel actually. The Life Guide is a really W channel. They talk about like the Vietnam War, Greek gods explained, of course, World War II, just a lot of different stuff. Definitely a W channel. I think you should check out to get all your nerdy stuff. You know, I ended up listening to a lot of these. Listen to the Nikola Tesla one. I listened to the Norse gods one. None of them are as long as the obviously none of them are long as the Greek mythology stuff, but. I love all mythology: Greek, Norse, Indian, Japanese, all of it. Yeah, I haven't dove into the other mythologies yet, but I'm ready to. You know what I mean? Like I'm ready to start diving in. I think that's really like part of my next thing with my book and all of that type of stuff. Like especially listening to this Greek mythology stuff, it really helped me. So I'm definitely going to be diving into all the other mythology and lore that's out there. Odysseus, yeah, Odysseus. It's really the ancient way of writing comic books. Facts. That's very true. That's super true. Yeah, I agree with that completely. Greek and Norse are my faves. Starting to learn about Japanese lore. Yeah, I know about Norse mythology a little bit. I knew more about Norse mythology than I did about Greek mythology, and I don't know any Indian mythology at all. And I know some Japanese mythology, so I definitely need to get like up my game on all of those across the board. We're about to have a watch club up in this thing. And I do really want to yeah. I think I'm gonna start doing my book stuff here on the channel in a little bit. Just trying to get more people tuning in and vibing out. Amaterasu, the Japanese goddess of the sun, is one of the heroes of the Horn. Did you notice her in Wheel of Time, episode 8? Oh, okay. That's lit. That's super lit. I like that. Yo, I like that. I like that a lot. She's it was the Wheel of Time version of her, right? That's dope though. Oh, but with all that being said, I definitely appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in and vibing out with me today while we talked about Loki and nerded out about a whole bunch of other things too. That's what we do here, right? On the channel. We nerd the hell out all the time, and I definitely love nerding out with all you beautiful people. If you haven't already, make sure you follow us on Marvel Bros to stay up to date with all things Marvel and everything pop culture. You can also tune in with me on social media at Sensei Finito to stay up to date with all my thoughts, theories, and opinions, and whatever particular thing I may be partaking in at that particular time. And you can also join our Discord. The link is in the chat. You can join our Discord to stay up to date with all those topics that we talk about in there. Marisu, what you doing? Join in. It's been... Think about this, Marisu. You've been around since the first trailer reaction for Wheel of Time. It's like 3 years later now, sis. Like, just join the Discord. You know what I mean? Like, just jump in there. You know, like, do you need me to make you a Discord and just give you the email and password? Like, what? Let me know what you need here. You know what I mean? Let me know. What do you need? Let me know what you need. But I definitely appreciate all of y'all for tuning in and vibing with me tonight. We got book club starting in November for Wheel of Time. If any of you guys are readers, I kind of want to start a comic book club and all these different types of things too with it to just get some more reading content here on the channel. And I'm really excited to kind of possibly dive into that. So I hope you guys are too. And with all that being said, I appreciate y'all, and I hope to see you on the next episode of Marvel Bros. As I always say, stay awesome, stay nerdy, and don't forget to stay marvelous. Excelsior.
If you guys would like to support Marvel Bros, all you gotta do is visit our website at www.marvelbros.com and buy some merch. Represent the superfan. Or you can join our Patreon to get early access to content, patron-only scoops, giveaways, private Q&As, and those sacred watch parties. We appreciate you guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Excelsior.
On today's pop culture news update.